Students, welcome to all for today's social class. In previous class, we learned about meaning of natural resources and types of natural resources like renewable resources and non-renewable resources and factors of increasing scarcity of resources. We learned. In today's session, we see conservation of resources. Listen. The rapid increase in resource use and their degradation result in serious problem to the mankind. We may not get pure water to drink, clean air to breathe. Many resources may be exhausted. The biodiversity may decline, and the earth itself may become a waste dump. How to address this issue? It can be done through conservation of resources. Conservation of natural resources means not to waste them but use them judicially so that there is a balance between nature and our use of natural resources. Is it? Conservation means what? Not to waste them but use them judicially. Got it? We did not waste to natural resources. We need to use them judicially. It's called as conservation of natural resources. Is it? Conservation has been defined as the management of the biosphere for the benefit of the all life, including humankind, so that it may yield sustainable benefit to the present generation while maintaining its potential to meet the needs and aspirations of the future generation. Conservation of resources, it is a responsibility of all of us, is it? The conservation of resources is a responsibility of all of us, not only government, not only officers. This is a duty of all citizens, is it? How can we do it? You can do it by adopting the 4R strategy. What are that 4R strategies? See, reduce, reuse, recharge or regenerate and research. Let us understand in short the meaning of these options. Let's see now. First one, reduce. Reduce refers to minimizing the use of resources and the wastage or trying to use less amount of any resource. It will also reduce pollution. For example, you can reduce air pollution by reducing the use of your vehicles. Got it? Reduce means what? Minimizing the use of natural resources. Is it? Is what reduce. Second point, reuse. This is a very simple but effective way to conserve resources. Every resource has not only alternative uses but you can be used multiple times. For example, the water that was used for bathing can be used for gardening. Is it? It's called a reuse. Waste paper can be converted into a packing material. Is it? Recharge or regenerate. This refers to taking steps to allow the resource to grow through conscious human efforts. All rainwater harvesting efforts, recharge groundwater, afforestation, recharges trees, stock, and the biodiversity. Afforestation means planting of trees is called as afforestation. Got it? Fourth one, research. Researching ways to find renewable alternatives to non-renewable resources. Solar or wind energy is a renewable alternative to the energy we use. Is it? Let's see now. Here is a checklist of some things we can do conserve resources. First one, purchase less stuff. Use items as long as you can. Ask yourself if you really need something new. Means if you need something, if you necessary that you need, you can buy, otherwise don't purchase that. Okay, that point indicates purchase less stuff. Okay, second point, reduce excess packing. For example, drink water from the tap instead of buying it in plastic bottles. Is it? That point, recycle materials like metal coins, metal cans, old cell phones, and plastic bottles. Next point, purchase products made from recycled materials. We need to purchase the products from recycled materials. Got it? Keep air and water clean by not polluting the environment. Plant new trees, means afforestation, to replace ones that we cut down. If we cut the tree, we need to plant one more tree. Got it? Then only we will be getting good air for breathing. Drive lesser. Take public transportation, bicycle or walk. Through this, we can conserve the natural resources. Conserve energy at home. Example, turning off lights when not needed. Got it? The conservation aspect has been realized by all countries which have adopted the principle of sustainable development that seeks to achieve development in such a manner that the resource and environmental quality are conserved for use by future generation also. Got it? Listen, nice. Reducing our ecological footprint. Given the limited resources of the planet Earth, how much pressure is the mankind putting on it? Is there any way to measure the overall impact of human activity on the Earth's environment? The World Wildlife Fund (WWF) has devised a measure called as the ecological footprint, which gives an idea about extent of consumption of resources and waste generation by a country or by an individual in a country. This indicator is an estimate of the amount of space on the earth that an individual uses in order to survive. Using existing technology, the space includes the biologically productive land and water area that produces the resources consumed by that individual, such as food, water, energy, clothing, and building materials. It also includes the amount of land and water required to assimilate the waste generated by that pursuit. In other words, the ecological footprint measures a person's demand on the biocapacity of the earth. Got it? Simple meaning, ecological footprint means the ecological footprint measures a person's demand on the biocapacity of the earth. Listen. WWF means World Wildlife Fund defines a country's ecological footprint as the sum of all the cropland, grazing land, forest and fishing grounds required to produce the food, fiber and timber it consumes, to absorb the waste emitted when it uses energy, and to provide space for infrastructure. WWF's in its Living Planet report of 2014 found that in 2010 the global ecological footprint was 18.1 million 1 billion global hectares or 2.6 hectares per capita. Earth's total biocapacity was 12 billion hectare or 1.7 hectare per capita. This means that the Earth's people needed 18 billion hectares of productive land in order to provide each and every person with the resource they require to support their lifestyle and to absorb the waste they produced with only 12 billion global hectares available. Got it? For producing only 12 billion global hectares are available. Got it? It means that in 2010 people used about 50% more natural resources than the planet could regenerate. That is one and off planets. If we continue living in the same way we have lived until now, we will exceed the Earth's power of regeneration, and in a few decades time we will need 5 planets Earths in order to survive. However, that is not possible. So what we can do? Thus, it gives a clear message to change the way we live and consume resources. Each one of us have ecological footprint and contribute to the enlarging of total footprint. Therefore, if the size of the ecological footprint is it to be reduced, we have to make the beginning individually. Unless we start being aware of our own ecological footprint and do something about it, we cannot expect someone else to do that for us. Got it? The most important thing is to raise awareness about the issue, starting from ourselves and spreading the information to our closest ones. You will have a bigger influence on them than anyone or anything. For example, if you start recycling and tell your family why you are doing that, they will start recycling too and spread the news to the neighbors and other family members. It is a simple step to begin with, but it can make a big difference and contribute a lot to reduction of ecological footprint. Got it? Balance we will see in next class. In today's homework, you need to make any 4 questions in today's topic. Got it, dear students? If you have any doubts, you can call and ask. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you.